forward to this.
What's up everyone, how's it going? I know it's been a while since I've made a video, but things have just been really busy, and as well as there hasn't really been much news for Star Wars Battlefront 2, but yesterday we actually just got the new community transmission for the new reinforcements. I've been waiting for this for so long now, and I'm so excited to say that the new reinforcements are going to be the ARC Troopers and then the Droid Commandos. So I know whenever they did announce that reinforcements were going to be coming, I was super hopeful that the new ones would be the Republic Commandos along with the Droid Commandos, and unfortunately we did not get the Delta Squad Commandos, but that's okay because the ARC Troopers are really cool, and while they were found in the files at the beginning of the game's launch, from what we see here, they are completely different from how they were supposed to play out whenever they were first being made way back in November, because they actually have dual wielding pistols this time, and these come out March 26th, so just a few weeks away, along with the new game mode. And so I haven't really read over this community transmission, I haven't read about their abilities and stuff, so all this stuff's going to be kind of new to me, so let's go through it. I'm not going to read through everything, I'm just going to do the main points and just kind of give my opinion on everything. So the first thing we get is an actual real quick clip of the ARC Trooper kind of doing a roll, and you can tell right there he does have dual wielding pistols and he looks awesome. I believe he is wearing the Phase 1.5 outfit, I think that's what the community calls it, I don't know if that's what they're actually called, but basically the mix between the Phase 2 and Phase 1 clone troopers. They look really good, and it says the ARC Trooper is a gung-ho attacker that rushes into battle wielding his trusty DC-17 pistols. Yes, you read that correctly, pistols. This unit can dual wield pistols and fire them independently, effectively doubling his rate of fire. So I know I kind of already talked about it, but it is so cool to see that they did actually make him with dual wielding pistols. And then it goes on to say, with short range blasters, this trooper needs something more versatile for more distant foes. To extend his reach, the ARC Trooper's Power Blast ability overcharges his primary pistol to fire a powerful blast, giving his otherwise short to medium ranged arsenal a ranged attack that can also be used against vehicles. Aim your shot well, and it might do just as well against an enemy villain too. So just starting off, we already have some pretty cool things going on with the ARC Trooper, dual wielding pistols, and then as well as an ability for his pistols, which can have a really long ranged attack. It honestly kind of reminds me of Leia's secondary fire, where she just holds down the left trigger and then it like auto locks. I know it's not going to auto aim for the DC-17 pistols, but it is kind of similar to Leia's ability like that. And then it goes on to say, for an additional battle awareness, the ARC can activate his helmet scanner, which lowers his rangefinder. This emits continuous scan pulses to reveal enemies, even through walls. The time between pulses is longer than how long enemies will be revealed by each pulse, so you'll still need general battle awareness not to lose track of your foes. So this is a really cool ability right here, it's called Helmet Scanner. I believe this will be his middle ability where you hit both the bumpers or whatever you have the key set to on the PC version. So it reminds me a lot of Rey's ability Insight, where you can kind of, it shows the enemies and then you can kind of see through the walls a little bit, but it says it's got like a delayed time, if that makes sense. I'm kind of confused on what they say by the time between pulses is longer than how long enemies will be revealed, but I think that's just kind of a delay of what you're seeing on screen. But the next thing it says, finally, when encountering a powerful enemy, the ARC Trooper can even the odds with his shock trap. It says it's a throwable device that is manually detonated and delivers an electronical current that knocks down any enemies within its range. This is useful for both flanking larger groups of enemies and for tipping the scale in favor for you and your allies, including if you need a tactical retreat. So I hope this isn't another stun ability, but from what it sounds like, it might be a little bit of a stun ability. I think it's going to be a lot like Count Dooku's lightning stun, where they kind of get thrown down to the ground, but you're not too much stunned, you're just kind of there for a second. So hopefully it's not too bad, but overall the ARC Trooper sounds really interesting to me. I'm excited to see how the Droid Commandos turn out, because I do know from the really quick video that they did show, he does have his sword. I'm not sure how it's actually going to work, but I believe it's going to be his melee ability, but we'll just have to read that and find out. But then last about the ARC Trooper, it says, overall, the ARC Trooper makes an excellent addition to the clone army. It is a very strategic unit and has the best results when played in such a way. Flank your enemies and support your troops for best results. So yeah, like I said earlier, I am pretty excited for the ARC Troopers. I know I was kind of disappointed that it wasn't the Republic Commandos, but from the way they've made the ARCs in this game, they seem to be just as good, if not better. So let's go on to the next one, and it's all about the BX Commando Droid. And just like the ARC Trooper, it shows a really quick video. I'll show it right now. It's him running and then slashing his sword, and it does say it's a work in progress, but from what this video looks like, it looks like he can run pretty fast, so I'll have to see if they talk about it. So it looks really good to me, and the paragraph says, the BX Droid is arguably one of the most lethal units in the Separatist army. Armed with a modified E5 blaster rifle, commonly used by the B1 battle droids, the BX trades rate of fire for higher precision in long-range encounters. And it says, with the modified blaster covering the BX at longer ranges, it also wields a vibro sword to get the edge it needs to excel in close quarter combat. Using either the melee button or the Sinister Strikes ability, and it says both have the same function, the BX droid can unleash up to 3 sword strikes in a row before requiring a brief cooldown. It says, while the strikes don't deal much more damage than the regular troopers' melee, they are significantly faster. So that's really good news. At least I really hope it's not like Captain Phasma's staff strike, where it was super slow at the beginning. I believe they made it a little bit faster with the latest update, and it actually works pretty well now. I haven't used her in quite a while, so I'm not 100% sure, but from some videos I have seen, her staff strike does seem to work a lot better and a lot quicker. So hopefully this BX droid will be able to swing his sword really fast, and you're not just stuck in a really long animation only to get killed. And then it also talks about his modified E5 blaster, which is pretty cool. I remember playing a Clone Wars extended mod for the original Battlefront 2, and it did have the droid commandos, and they were just so much fun to play as because they did have their sword as well as the E5 blaster, and then also a sniper. So it's really cool to see that they incorporated both weapons in it. So let's go on to the next ability. Again, the first one is called Sinister Strikes, and it's basically him just using a sword. But then the next ability is called a Smoke Screen, and it says the BX can also deploy a smoke screen by throwing a smoke bomb at its feet. And basically it says the surrounding area will immediately be filled with very dense smoke, and then it even removes the basic UI elements like name tags and outlines, so the enemy view is blocked. So what's really interesting is a lot of these abilities are really similar to a lot of the heroes' abilities. This smoke screen seems to be exactly the same as Lando's smoke ability, which is kind of interesting to me. And then it goes on to say, additionally, you can pair the smoke screen with its final ability, Thermal Vision, for a devastating result. It makes the BX's eyes glow red and allows it to see where enemies are located, including through walls and other obstructions. So this is really cool because it's exactly the same as the ARC Troopers, I believe, but it's going to be pretty cool seeing a BX droid with glowing red eyes, and then you're going to have to run away because you know he can see you through walls and everything. So it's kind of cool to see that they did make the ARC Troopers and the BX droids really similar as well as really balanced. So that is basically the main part of this whole community transmission. It goes on to talk about all the star cards. I'm not going to read those because I don't want to waste your guys' time, and I know it's not too interesting. But overall, this is, like I said, the first time I have read this community transmission, so this is all kind of new to me, and overall, I'm pretty excited about them. If I had to choose between which one is my favorite, the BX droid or the ARC Trooper, I think I'm going to have to go for the Droid Commando just because of how cool they look. I mean, the ARC Troopers look cool too, but the Droid Commandos look so much different from the regular battle droids, and he also has a Viro sword, which is just awesome to me. So I think I'm going to have to go with the BX droid. But I am super excited for the ARC Troopers because they do have dual blasters, which allows for a lot more content to possibly be made. I mean, there's so many heroes within the Star Wars universe that do dual wield blasters. I mean, Jango Fett, Cad Bane, and then even Captain Rex, who's a lot similar to an ARC Trooper. And I know modders are going to get to it immediately once these guys come out, and they're going to just make a whole bunch of mods for Jango Fett. Maybe Cad Bane. I don't think there's any really good assets for him except for Duros in the campaign, but he looks a little bit different from Cad Bane. But then the Captain Rex mod is going to be really cool because there was already a really good one that came out, but he only had a single DC-17 blaster. But then the BX droid is really unique and really interesting to me. I want to see how the animations work for his melee ability, which is his sword. I hope it's not going to take too long, but that is pretty much all for this video. This update does come out March 26th once again, along with the new large-scale game mode, and so far we don't really have any new details on it, though the community transmission for it was supposed to come out this week, but unfortunately it did get delayed up to about next week or maybe the week after, so we're gonna have to wait just a little bit longer for some more details on the new game mode, which I'm super excited about. And honestly, this is probably gonna be the biggest update yet for the entire game because we're getting 2 new reinforcements as well as that new game mode, and hopefully it's as big as the DICE developers are saying it is. But yeah, that is pretty much all for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're new, be sure and subscribe for more Star Wars news, gameplay, and more, and as well as let me know in the comments below what reinforcement you guys are looking forward to the most, either the ARC Troopers or the Droid Commandos, and tell me what you think about them not adding in the Republic Commandos. Jay did say over on Discord that the reason was because they would simply just be too overpowered, and they would have to pair them with someone like the Droidica to make it a little bit more balanced. That doesn't confirm that they are going to be coming, but that's just him saying if they do eventually come, they will most likely be coming with a Droidica, but I don't think that's ever going to happen, at least in Battlefront 2. I think if they do make a Battlefront 3, they will advertise it with these new Republic Commandos and Droidica, because people have just been wanting them for so long. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one.